Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, iRacing fans from around the world, welcome to Monday Night Mania, proudly brought to you by Richie B. Richie B's Pizza out there in Dothan, Alabama. I want to give a big shout out there to my good friend Richard Brose for putting on the Monday Night Mania series. I am Scott Kolovic, your announcer for the evening, and this is KMA TV. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, boys are out here sitting at Richmond in the Xfinity class. Going to be some great racing out here. We are all set up for 100 laps out here in the Monday Night Mania series. Great weather, 75 degrees down on that track with an air temp of 75. Tire wear out here is going to be a major factor, though, tonight, ladies and gentlemen. With a 100-lap race, these boys have got their hands full out here tonight. Not a huge crowd out here tonight. Usual set of drivers taking a look during their qualifying runs of the number 64 of Lee Staples. He'll be out here joining us tonight, as well as Garrett Potts, Travis Browder. Travis Browder out here tonight. High hopes out here for Travis Browder. Ronald Klein out here tonight representing RTK Motorsports. Hopefully he and his buddy Brad Ream, they're both out here tonight to put on a good show. Nice looking ride there by Brad Ream. We've also got Mitchell Reeves out here, Ryan Kuhn, Danny Rudy, Greg McClendon in the house, Paul Pelizier joining us out here tonight for 100 laps here at Richmond. Throwback car there being driven by the number 40 of Garrett Potts. 100 laps out here tonight in store for you at Richmond. Want to give a big shout out there to Pat as well. Coming up next Sunday, we are going to be doing our monthly race for Pad. Join us there on Sunday for 100 laps of Talladega trucks, showing our support out there for Pad in the with the Nikki Clenny Foundation next Sunday. And also this coming Saturday, a very special event brought to you by KMA Racing and my good friend Donald Sadusky. We're going to have the memorial tribute race for Ryan Sadusky. This is the week 1 year ago Ryan suddenly passed away. We're going to get out there and show our support for Ryan and his dad Donald next Saturday. Donald's choice of track will be 100 laps in the Tally trucks as well. Hopefully these drivers will be putting in some green flag pit stops out here tonight, but my goodness, under qualifying, the number 40 of Garrett Potts already in trouble. Brad Ream out there making his qualifying run in the number 61 RTK black and red Camaro. Very sharp looking ride there, driven by Brad Ream and RTK. Drivers are going to be wrapping up their qualifying times here in the next few seconds. Qualifying very important tonight. Cautions are on. Lucky dog rule is in effect. These drivers have one reset. Simple as that. Now with one reset out here, they're going to have to be extra careful. Qualifying times are coming in. Sitting back there on that front line, we do have Justin Anderson tonight, leading the pack out. Justin Anderson with a 20.151, sitting in second place. We do have Travis Browder pulling down to 20.200, sitting back there in third position. Steve Dutz with a 20.274, position 4, belonging to Mitchell Reeves with a 20.353. Position 5 belonging to Lee Staples. Position 6, Sean Molchek. Position 7 belonging to the number 40 of Garrett Potts, Jason Russo, sitting back there in position 8 in the Napa Auto Care. Position 9 belonging to my good friend Edward Bray. Position 10, Brad Ream. Position 11 belonging out there to Ronald Klein, number 76. Number 12 of Ryan Kuhn. Position 12 in the number 72. Position 13 belonging to Matthew Quick in the Squatty Potty. Position 14 and the number 24 is Greg McClendon in the Blaze Pizza. Big shout out there to Greg McClendon. Position 15 belonging to Donald Stewart, driving for the Boston Red Sox, and Dave Acacia in the number 20, position 16. Position 17 belonging to Paul Palazer, not opting to grid. Position 18 belonging to Richard Brose. David Whiteside back in the rear along with Gary Whitmer. Gary Whitmer starting back in 20th. Kevin Scott Nelson, Joel Guy, Scott Amy, Danny Rudy, Chris Hogue in the rear of the field. Starts and restarts are done on leader's discretion. Justin Anderson leading us off tonight. Set out for 100 laps out here at Richmond. Big shout out there to the fans on KMA TV chat. Pace car getting ready to roll us in. It's going to take an awful lot to keep these drivers from running each other down in the first few laps. But once they get out there, get spread apart, they're going to do just fine. But as I mentioned, tire wear is going to be a major issue out here tonight. Justin Anderson side by side with Travis Browder. Steve Dutz, Mitchell Reeves, third and fourth. Pace car is in. And there goes the number 73 and the number 13 skyrocketing out of that pit row. Lee Staples hot on the tail, side by side with Travis Browder in the number 18. 02 Mitchell Reeves. There is the number 15 of Sean Molchek and the number 40, hot and heavy as we take her right out of that gate. Ladies and gentlemen, these boys are off and running here at Richmond, running for their lives. You would think it is already on the last lap of the race. Looking at Mitchell Reeves and Lee Staples on the number 40 of Garrett Potts going for a ride. Garrett Potts going for a ride. The number 61 of Brad Ream.
Talk me through your lap one time real quick.
We're going to back that one up. Okay, we want to get there too. I do believe the number 61 of Brad Ream. Going to back up those cameras. Okay, up front we do see the red guy, the number 40 of Garrett Potts. He starts getting loose about right here up there on the right. And there goes Garrett Potts. He's getting really loose. Brad Ream having to do a little bit of avoidance, narrowly missing the number 70. Didn't even touch the 72, but upon the correction of trying to keep from running over Jason Russo, the number 61 spins and collides with the number 40 of Garrett Potts. And, well, that's pretty much it right there. Number 61 and the number 40. Chain reaction of events right there. Number 40 and the Garrett Potts doing a spin. Number 61 of Brad Ream counter avoiding, but unfortunately going to a spin himself as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will be the first caution of the night on lap 3 of 197 laps to go. Justin Anderson out there on that front line. Going to take a minute to get in just a couple of driver interviews. Looking at the number 19 of Richard Brose in Dothan. Well, he corrected me on that last night, folks. Number 19 of Richard Brose. How about it, Richie B?
Oh, really? You're going to talk to me on the
I'm going to talk to you right now, brother. You are our Monday night sponsor. So far, so good. Talk to me a little bit about what you're expecting out here tonight at Richmond.
I'm expecting to finish it, and I'm expecting to try to stay clean in the back, but I'm just trying to hope that I can move up by other people's mistakes, Scott. I'm not going to be really good at this track, but I'm just going to watch other people, and if I can get ahead of them by them making a mistake, we'll go from there.
Well, I sure think that's a fabulous idea, because I tell you what, there are going to be some leaders up there that are going to be burning their stuff up, and I think you staying out here in the back, I'm pretty sure that's going to guarantee you a possible top 10, Richie.
That's what I'm looking for. If you just read my mind, top 10 would be awesome for Richie B's.
All righty, good luck to you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Richard Brose with a very positive attitude out here tonight. So a big shout out there to Richard Brose. Justin Anderson, Steve Dutz, Travis Browder, Lee Staples, Mitchell Reeves. Rounding out the top 5, John Mulchek, Jason Russo, Ryan Kuhn, Ronald Klein, Matthew Quick in 10th position. Edward Gregg, Donald, Dave, Danny, Richie, Gary Whitmer in 17th, Chris Hogue 18th, Brad Ream, and Kevin Scott Nelson representing Michigan, sitting back in position 20. Joel Guy, Garrett Potts, Paul Pellizier, David Whiteside, and Scott Amy in the rear. 25 drivers out here tonight. We are trying to make a breakaway off of those speedways here as of late, ladies and gentlemen. So out here at Richmond, this is a little bit of a new deal for a lot of these drivers. We're going to start running a lot more mile-and-a-halfers and some short tracks, and we've got a new schedule coming for you set out the week of June 5th. Pace car is in, Justin Anderson, side-by-side with the number 13 of Steve Dutz, and one more time, away goes Justin Anderson and Steve Dutz and Travis Browder. Mitch Reeves on that 4th position on the inside, out there racing against Lee Staples. Pretty big looking track out here until you get down into that cockpit view. Lee Staples, number 64, racing it up with Ryan Kuhn. Mitchell in front, Ryan Kuhn, and Lee Staples getting it on. Here on lap 9, Lee Staples opting up onto that outside, Ryan down onto that inside. Lee Staples with a good run, though, side-by-side action right here. Ryan and Lee duking it out. A lot of throttling in, a lot of throttling out. Lee Staples keeping a very close eye on his rear view mirror. Caution is out. All right, we're going to back that up one more time. That is the number 66 of Edward Bray. Going to see exactly what happened here. Taking a run with Edward Bray behind the number 24. Edward Bray driving up and just completely breaking loose. No contact with any other driver. Let's get up there into that gyro cam, go shotgun with him, and see what was happening. All right, well, there it is, folks. There's absolutely no explanation right there. That is what we call breaking loose. Bringing it back one more time. He's on the rear end of Greg McClendon. Coming up around that corner, a little bit too much turn, and around and around and around Edward goes. A great job of keeping it off that track. Going to be limping it back there into pit row, unfortunately, though. Unfortunately, he does have one more backup vehicle. Pretty sure he's going to be in there taking some serious repairs. Not sure if he's going to repair it or if he's going to bring a new one on, but showing quite significant damage there onto the, looks like that right side. All right, well, yeah, he's got a little bit of damage right there. He's a little bit crinkled up. That could very well be a deciding factor out here tonight, but nonetheless, that is pretty darn good-looking car out there sitting up front with our current race leader. This is our second caution of the evening. Early on, 2 cautions on 13 laps. Gonna give us time to get in a driver interview. How about it, Lee Staples? Have you got a copy, sir?
Gotcha, Scott. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. We just witnessed your teammate Edward Bray get into a little bit of trouble back there. Certainly hope he's going to be able to do it up for Black Talon out here tonight. Wanted to get you in here on the booth and tell me about the car. Tell me about Black Talon. It's a pretty sharp-looking car.
Well, thanks, Scott. Me and Edward formed this team just a few weeks ago. We raced together in a different league on a team, but since those 2 guys don't run KMA, we wanted to just create a new identity for KMA only, so we came up with Black Talon, a combined effort between me and Edward, and it's been going great. I've really enjoyed it.
All righty, copy that. Now, tell me a little bit about your race in Richmond. Already, Richmond seemingly be a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah, Scott, this is one of these tracks where you really need to race the track instead of the competition, because just about the time you think you've got it figured out, it'll reach up and bite you, and I'm just hoping to avoid that tonight.
All righty, good luck to you, sir. Have fun out here and do what you do.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it.
Drivers are lining up. Double file. We're going to stay in car with Lee Staples and let the fans get an idea of what it's like to be in the car. So we're up here riding shotgun with the number 64 of Lee Staples. And hey, big shout out there to the fans. Hoping to see Becky and Martha out there. Unfortunately, Wally not able to join us tonight. Nonetheless, big shout out there to the fans. Big shout out there to a good friend, Richard Brose, taking care of us out here at Richmond. Hearing these drivers downshift those gears, and we're getting ready to go green one more time at lap 15, and away we go. Lee Staples having to back off. What a start there by Travis Browder. Big move up there in front, looking through the windshield of Lee Staples. Going to turn those engines up just a hair and let you hear, possibly not, caution is out. Looking at that is, I do believe, Jason Russo. Looking at the number 14 of Jason Russo, not there it is right there, folks. No contact there. See if there was some contact there between Mitchell Reeves and number 14, and there was no contact at all. Just a little bit of an aerial push. Nonetheless, Jason Russo going to a left turn, significant damage. No other cars involved. Everybody doing a real good job of making sure that they avoid running over one another, so that's a positive plus. But very odd event right there, as Jason Russo, no contact, just kind of taking a left-hand turn. This is the third caution of the night, lap 18. Taking a look at the 0-2 of Mitchell Reeves, going to let him go by at pit row, see if he's going to pit or not. If he doesn't, we're going to get out there and have a chat with Mitchell. Mitchell, a very experienced driver. How about it, Mitchell Reeves? Have you got a copy, sir?
We got you, sir.
All right, you're sitting up there in a very good position right now. Richmond, though, the past two cautions, there was no contact with anybody else, just self-spinning out, a little bit of aero pushing. What's going on out here at Richmond?
Well, I mean, these are really good cars to drive. It's just on exit, they get very, very light in the rear end. And the more you try to move that wheel on exit, the more it tries to turn around on you. So, you know, if everybody, it's just trying to keep the car stable and try to keep it consistent on out of the exits. And right now, I think everybody's just trying to figure it out. But, you know, like KMA always does, always trying to find new and great ways for the fans to bring a better show. And that's what we're here to do. So, you know, we got 80 laps to go. Maybe we'll get it together and we'll have a heck of a run here to the finish.
All right, copy that. Now I got something that's going to perk your ears up starting the first week of June. We're going to start a Monday Xfinity, a Tuesday truck, and a cup on Friday. And we'll be running according to the NASCAR schedule for the most part. So we're going to be running Dover on that week one in all three classes, followed by Pocono, followed by Michigan. 15 different tracks, only one speedway. I know I'm going to see you there.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be a great show for the fans. And, you know, the best thing about it is with running a track 3 different times each race, I feel like we'll just get better and better. So Friday will be just like watching the real NASCAR stuff on Fox and NBC. So it should be a great show. And before I go, got to give a huge shout out to my girlfriend Liz for letting me race tonight. So hopefully we can bring home a win.
All right, awesome. Doing it for Liz. Good luck.
Thank you.
Mitchell Reeves bringing some real-life experience out there to the track. Justin Anderson sitting back there in position 1. All right, now hopefully these drivers are going to take what they're hearing out here, what's going on out here, and we're going to get into some green flag runs. We are on lap 20, underneath our third caution of the night. Justin Anderson waiting for that pace car to go in. Shifting down. Going to get into the cockpit of Ryan Kuhn, one position back off of, and getting ready to go. Ryan Kuhn already goosing it. Hearing those engines rev up. Ryan Kuhn is ready. But can he be steady? Looking at the State Trooper Camaro, number 73 of Justin Anderson, waiting for that pace car to turn left. Pace car in. Here, and as he is just letting in and out of that throttle, jumping back to Travis Browder. Travis Browder sitting in position 5 up to the rear end of the number 13 of Steve Deuce. A lot of throttle control, a lot of tire wear out here. That asphalt totally eating it up. Mitchell Reeves losing a couple of positions right there. Travis Browder comes ripping underneath. Mitchell Reeves wiggling onto the rear end of the number 18. That was a little bit of a scary situation right there for Mitchell. Started wiggling and started jiggling. Very solid out here, solid such as the number 89 of Matthew Quick. Matthew Quick right now in position 7, being chased down by Sean Molchek. Sean Molchek up there side by side. Matthew Quick able to gain that momentum on that outer lane. Big shout out there to Matthew Quick in the Squatty Potty. Looking very sharp out there. On his rear is Sean Molchek in the number 15 Sun Energy Camaro. Started 6th, currently in 8th, losing 2 positions on 26 laps. We are on lap 27. Caution is out. Taking a look at the number 23 of Danny Rudy. Dan's top-notch hitting in air. And Danny Rudy, there it is right there as we look at it from the camera up there in the chopper. Danny Rudy, single car spin out up and a little bit of area loose right there. And that will bring out our 4th caution of the night, ladies and gentlemen, on lap 27. While we are under caution, ladies and gentlemen, what a good time to take a quick commercial break. Taking a look at Richard Brose. Big shout out there to Richard Brose, Richie B's Pizza, making it happen out here for Monday Night Mania. Big shout out there to Richie B. Matthew Quick, our current leader out here in the front. Sean Molchek up to position 2. Brad Ream, position 3. Drivers are single file out here at Richmond. Chance for a very quick interview. How about a Brad Ream? Have you got a copy?
Hey, you got a copy, Scott? How you doing up there in the box?
Doing very good. You guys are keeping me busy up here. Need to see some green flag runs. How's it looking out here for the number 61? Looks like you got a busted up front left bumper.
Yeah, we got into a little bit checked up there early on in the race and picked up about 2 minutes of optional repair. But I tell you what, this car is still on a rail, so we decided to play it safe and try to keep it up front and out of the mid-pack whack back there.
All right, copy that. Now tell me a little bit about the paint job there in RTK.
I got to thank RTK Paints and team owner Robert Klein here, KMA and RTK Motorsports member, for painting the car and throwing up our first ever team sponsor here in the number 61.
All righty, good luck to you, sir.
Thanks, Scott. Have a good race up there. Tell the
RTK Motorsports being represented out here by Brad Ream and Ronald Klein. Right now, Ronald Klein with his teammate, looking very sharp out there as well in the green edition of the RTK Motorsport. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Matthew Quick up in front, Sean Molchek, Brad Ream, Ronald Klein, and Jason Russo making it up to top 5. Land started 8th, and away we get ready to go, waiting for that pace car to dive left. We've had 31 laps, 69 to go, 3 lead changes, 4 cautions, totaling 18 laps. Richmond being a little bit of a challenge out here tonight. Matthew Quick out of the gate, big time. Three wide action there with Jason Russo in the number 6. No, Chris Hogan, the number 6. It is Chris Hogue trying to keep her down. No caution will fly. What a job there by Chris Hogue being able to try to keep her down. We still are underneath green flag racing. Double foul action there with the number 18 of Travis Browder, Mitchell Reeves, and Steve Dutz. Drivers out here getting busy. Ronald Klein, I do believe, going for a spin. No caution. Ronald Klein in trouble. That's going to throw it. Taking a look at Ronald Klein, we're going to have to back it up just a little bit more. Tight racing there with Ronald Klein and, Travis. My goodness, Travis Browder not realizing he was coming up that hard onto the number 76 of Ronald Klein. Big run. Travis up into contact with the number 76. Ryan Kuhn, 72, struggling. 76 trying to get it back in. Number 40, Garrett Potts and Kevin Scott Nelson able to safely avoid contact. That will bring out the 5th caution of the night here at Richmond. Jason Russo up here in position 7. Edward Bray still alive. Greg McClendon. Gary Whitmer Jr. back here staying safe. Ronald Klein, RTK, into pit row. Number 76, Ronald Klein pulling out. Still looking at Matthew Quick, Justin Anderson, Sean Molchuk. Not much changing up here in the front. How about it, Steve Dutz? Have you got a copy, sir?
Yes, I do.
All right, a little bit of a rough night out here at Richmond. What's going on?
A little bit of too much take, not enough give, honestly. This mellow yellow Ford's been doing pretty good up here up front. Did get shuffled back, made up some positions. Now we're P5 on the board, so hoping we get up here and go put this baby in victory lane.
All right, anybody you want to give a shout out for? Talk to me a little bit about the Real Tree Mellow Yellow. Who did that paint job up there for you?
I don't know, I just found it on Trading Paints since my one of my fellow friends, who Darryl Wallace Jr., just got sponsored by Mellow Yellow. I just thought it was really cool just to run it because I like Mellow Yellow, he likes Mellow Yellow, NHRA sponsored by Mellow Yellow, so I was like, it's pretty cool to run this.
All right, copy that. You're looking good out there.
Thank you.
Drivers are going to need to be getting focused. Matthew Quick out here in front. Still longing to see those green flag pit stops. Drivers are a single file. Matthew Quick, have you got a copy?
Yes, I do, Scott. What's up?
All right, talk to me a little bit about how you're doing out here. Obviously doing pretty good.
Well, I haven't died yet, so that's a good sign. I'm on old tires still, so I see this guy, Justin Anderson's right on my tail here. So I have a feeling I'm going to lose the lead coming out of 3 or 4 or so. But we're doing pretty good. Just trying not to die is the whole idea. So doing all right.
All right, talk to me a little bit about the paint job in the Squatty Potty.
Squatty Potty, we're number 1s and number 2s, and it was made by John Hendrick from Over the Top Paints, and I think he did a phenomenal job.
Phenomenal job indeed. All righty, good luck to you there, Matthew Quick.
Thanks.
Matthew Quick leading 12 laps. Justin Anderson leading 24. Jason Russo has led 4 laps. We are on lap 40 of 100. Underneath our 5th caution, pace car is in. Justin Anderson, Matthew Quick. And away goes Matthew Quick. Big start on that inside lane, jumping up there to that top lane. Justin Anderson trying to work his way under. Very tight racing up here with Justin Anderson and Mitchell Reeves. Tighter than a hair in a biscuit right there with Mitchell Reeves and Steve Dukes in number 13. Top 5 trying to make a runaway up front. Justin Anderson underneath Matthew Quick. Matthew Quick losing some tire grip as Mitchell Reeves and the number 13 of Steve Dukes do come under. Matthew Quick very tight up onto that wall, losing 3 positions here on lap 42. Sean Molchak trying to keep up, but here comes on the run Travis Browder. Travis Browder working his way around Jason Russo. Brad Ream still in it to win it. Lee Staples and Donald Stewart. Side-by-side action. Donald Stewart looking sharp out there in the Boston Red Sox. Lee Staples making a good run side-by-side with Donald Stewart. Making pass on Donald Stewart, coming up onto the number 61 of Brad Ream. Big run for Lee Staples. Making his way around Brad Ream. Lee Staples right now currently in 8th. Working his way back up there to the front. Taking a look at Greg McClendon. Greg McClendon, 4 seconds back from the leader, started up there in 14th. Up to position 12, trying to catch up to Edward Gray. Edward Gray, part of Black Talon, trying to get up there to his partner, Lee Staples. Lee Staples, 3 positions ahead in position 8. Ronald Klein back out onto that track. Still on that lead lap, currently in 14th position, being chased down by the number 6 of Chris Hogue and the number 224 of Kevin Scott Nelson, and the lap down of Garrett Potts. Garrett Potts actually 12 laps down. Garrett Potts not quitting out here. Big shot out there to Garrett Potts. A little bit of smoke there on the track. Caution will be out. Taking a look at the replay. Not sure if Richard Brose was involved with that or not. We're seeing him sideways and backwards onto that track. Does appear that Richard Brose going for a bit of a self-spin right there. Taking a look at it from the chopper view. Richard Brose coming around that corner, getting a little bit loose. Well, that is the 5th time tonight we have seen that happen, folks. A lot of over and drive in the track going on tonight here at Michigan. Drivers in and out of pit row underneath our 6th caution of the night. Ronald Klein up there in the front, opting not to go into pit row. Number 40 of Garrett Potts. Quite a few laps down, but not quitting. Big shot out there to Garrett Potts. Ronald Klein, have you got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir. Sure do, Scott. How you doing?
Doing good. How are you, sir? You're up here in 1st position. You started out 11th, but we're underneath our 6th caution of the night at the halfway point. What's going on here out at Richmond tonight?
Well, it's a little bit rougher than I expected. It's good racing, but we can't seem to get get settled down into a groove. We had a little bit of a green flag run there, but not really long enough for everybody to, to get in the groove. So I think that's why we're seeing the cautions. Just can't get a long green flag run.
All right, copy that. Now, we are seeing a lot of self-spin going on out here. Is it the temperature, is it the track, or is it just more so driver patience?
A lot of driver patience. Coming off the corners, if you don't pick the right line and you get on the throttle too early, the car wants to come around. So you just got to be patient with the throttle coming off the corners.
All righty, copy that. Big shout out there to RTK, Brad Ream, and Ronald Klein.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks to KMA and KMA TV.
Ronald Klein out there in first position. Justin Anderson sitting back there in second, and Mitchell Reeves back there in third. Big shout out there to Becky Whitmer. Going to give you a quick race update. Been a little rough out here tonight at Richmond. We've still got Gary Whitmer, though, out here. He is in position 16th, still out there on that lead lap. Looking sharp out here representing GW Graphics, KMA, and PAD. "52 laps in, 6 lead changes, 27 laps. Drivers are lined up double file. Ronald Klein side by side with Justin Anderson. Travis Browder, Mitchell Reeves. Matthew Quick pretty much dominating out the top 5 tonight. Richmond, 100 laps tonight. A little bit on the brutal side. Away they go. Ronald Klein with a fast lap of a 20.967. So we're looking at a 20-second track here. Drivers up to about 137 miles per hour before they have to get out of it, down to 100 coming around that corner, back up to 108, 112, 122, back up to 139, 145, not getting above that 147 mark. 20-second track here compared to the 53 track of Talladega. Ronald Klein up into that higher groove, allowing the faster line to work their way around. Ronald Klein being a little bit more conservative with his tire wear, knowing tire wear is going to be everything out here tonight. Ronald Klein coming up onto the rear end of Sean Molchik. Sean Molchik started 6th, is in 6th. Sean Molchik in car cam, trying to get up to the rear end of Matthew Quick in the squatty potty, saying, "Here, kitty, kitty, kitty." Do you believe that's a picture of Matthew's kitty cat? Matthew Quick trying to work his way around Steve Dutz. Steve Dutz in position 4. Watching that action way up there in front with Mitchell, Justin, Travis, and Steve. Donald Stewart side by side with Ronald Klein working his way around. Ronald Klein putting on a good fight. Down on the pavement with Donald Stewart trying to chase down Ronald Klein in the green and black RTK KMA machine. Chevy Camaro. Ronald Klein going for a ride. Taking a look, seeing what happened. Do you believe now the number 76? A little bit of a self-spin. 76 coming around that corner onto a self-spin situation there with the number 78. Not able to quite clear. Tough break there for 78. Number 76 of Ronald Klein. I do believe that may be his second one, but I am not sure. Nonetheless, Ronald Klein doing the best he can out here tonight, but Richmond being a little bit of a problem. Not only for Ronald, for a few other drivers out here. That'll move Edward Bray up here into position 3. Travis Browder still sitting up here in position 4. Travis Browder always doing a good job out here, dropping back down to position 5 in pit row. Going to get Travis an interview up here, see what Travis has to think about what's going on out here tonight. How about it, Travis Browder? Have you got a copy?
Hey, Scott, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. More importantly, how are you, sir?
I'm doing awesome. How's your night going?
Doing good. You guys are keeping me on my toes up here. I'll tell you that with 7 cautions. 6 of those have been self-spin outs. Well, what's going on? Somebody got oil out there on that track tonight?
A lot of drivers are getting loose coming off the corners because the rear tires are very sensitive with these cars. And this is my very first time I'm driving the B car with the new physics and the spoiler in the car. So I'm learning a lot right now tonight at this track.
Alrighty, well, you're doing a pretty good job out here. I'll let you get back to what you're doing. So keep doing your thing, Travis.
Alrighty, thank you, Scott.
Travis Browder out here driving with maximum velocity and a couple of his good buddies over there, Steve Dietz and Matthew Quick. Seventh caution of the night out here at Richmond. We are on lap 63 of 100. We've had 8 lead changes, 7 cautions. Jason Russo making his way into pit row. Gary Whitmer Jr. sitting back here in position 15. How about it, Gary Whitmer? Have you got a copy?
I got you, Scott.
Alrighty, talk to me about how you're doing. I know you were a little bit apprehensive coming out here tonight, but so far, I do believe you're clean and green.
Yep, I haven't used the reset yet, so that's good. But Richmond, I don't have a lot of track time on this track. I practice on and off all day. See how it goes. Did spin out and I saved it. Didn't pull out a caution, so far so good.
Alrighty, we got Mom Whitmer out there on that KMA TV chat. Now, just to let you know, it does look like somebody may have scraped up your rear end. Got a little bit of damage back there on the rear, but don't think it's going to bother your race.
No, I'm trying to save this reset and go from here.
Alrighty, good luck to you tonight.
Thanks, Scott.
I want to give a big shout out there to my good friend Gary Whitmer, owner of GW Graphics. Driving the number 5 GW Graphics vehicle. Official videographer for KMA Racing and KMA TV. Gary Whitmer. Big shout out there to Gary Whitmer. Race car is in, and Justin Anderson out there on that front line. Sean Molchuk, Steve Dukes. Big move right there by Steve Dukes. Steve Dukes, well, obviously being slowed down a little bit there by Sean, bullying his way past. And there goes Mitchell Reeves, working his way around Edward Bray. Edward Bray up double file with Matthew Quick. Matthew Quick, Travis Browder getting it on. Travis Browder racing hard there with Matthew Quick. Drivers need to be patient. I mean, we've seen a lot of drivers out here tonight already spinning out. Keeping up with the number 18 of Travis Browder here on lap 67 of 100. Now, if this does go green flag, ladies and gentlemen, this will be over right in about 17 minutes. So there's 2 frames of mind we can look at right there. We've only got 17 minutes, or we've still got 17 minutes looking at Mitchell Reeves. As Sean Molchuk and Travis Browder come knocking on his back door. Sean Molchuk, Travis Browder. Sean Molchek letting Matthew Quick roll by. Possibly thinking up a little bit of tire strategy right there, anticipating maybe some green flag finish here. Lee Staples in the number 64, position 7. Donald Stewart trying to chase down Lee Staples, and Edward Bray battling it up with Dave Acacia. Edward Bray working his way around. Dave Acacia not able to make it happen down onto that inside lane. Jumping back to Kevin Scott Nelson, number 224. Kevin Scott Nelson trying to make his way up there too. Edward Bray checking back in with Ronald Klein. Ronald Klein still alive and still on that lead lap. His teammate Brad Ream. Looking like Brad Ream still looking at some damage out there on that front end. Looking at the number 91 of Joel Guy, bringing out our next caution. Joel Guy going for a aerial loose spin right there. Going to back it up one more time. Take a look at that on our KMA TV replay. No contact with any other driver. Just up, and into that wall. Can actually put you into the gyro cam, folks, so we can see it and see exactly what happened. A little bit too much wiggle on that wheel. Unfortunate break there for Joel Guy. Joel Guy sending in pit row, back up to the front with Justin Anderson. Justin Anderson P1, Steve Dukes P2, Mitchell Reeves position 3. This is Monday Night Mania, ladies and gentlemen. This is Richmond International Speedway. Taking its toll out here tonight with 8 lead changes, 8 cautions, totaling out 34 laps. Short track, 22nd laps around this oval. Dave Acacia up there to 4th position. Started out tonight in 16th, working his way up there to the front. Kevin Scott Nelson still in it to win it. Chris Hogue, Greg McClendon in pit row. Matthew Quick, 7th position. Justin Anderson tonight leading 42 of 76 laps. Looking like he's got a good chance at taking her home tonight. What we're basically been seeing most of the night is the top 4 making a huge breakaway. And the middle of the pack, towards the rear of the pack, not quite being able to get her done. Number 40 of Garrett Potts, 10 laps down, slowly being told drop to that rear of the field, being 10 laps down. But Richard Brose, he said he was going to be out here tonight, and he said he was going to do his best tonight to finish tonight's race. Got Richard Brose lined up behind Jason Russo and Gary Whitmer in position 15 on that lead lap. Ronald Klein sitting up there in position 14, along with Brad Ream in position 13. Chris Hogue holding his own out here tonight. Hey, good stuff there for Chris Hogue. Good to see Chris out here. One more time by. Taking a look at Donald Stewart. Nice looking paint job right there. Need to get a Cardinal car out there, but hey, big shout out there to the Boston Red Sox. Paint job by Over the Top Paints and Designs. Side by side with Edward Bray and Lee Staples. And away goes number 73 on our next restart of the evening. Here's that breakaway that we were talking about with Justin Anderson, Steve Dutz, and Mitchell Reeves. Trying to run as fast as they can, hoping they can't be caught. Lap 79 of 100, side-by-side racing with Travis Browder. Mitchell Reeves sitting back there in fourth position. Mitchell Reeves, Sean Molchek, Matthew Quick digging down deep. Number 20 up, Dave Acacia not giving up this fight. Dave Acacia currently in 7th position. Lee Staples in 8th, Donald Stewart in 9th, and Chris Hogue rounding out our top 10. Haven't seen any green flag pit stops tonight. Number 15, Sean Molchek, looking like he might be holding a bit of a slower lane up there as the number 20 comes bearing down. In-car action with Lee Staples, working his way around the number 15 of Sean Molchek. Trying to keep pace with the number 20 of Dave Acacia. These Staples with a bit of a run. Can't just quite get that run, though, down onto that inner lane. He's going to try it one more time. Up to the quarter panel of Sean. Side-by-side cautions out. I do believe that involved the number 5 of Gary Whitmer. Actually, whoa. We're going to back that up one more time. Gary Whitmer was involved. But I do think the action might have been there with the number 6. But we're going to back it up a little bit. Looking at the number 6 of Chris Hogue. And indeed, ladies and gentlemen, looks like as Chris Hogue diving down a little bit. And there goes that rear end. Well, once he's down on the apron, does his best to grab a hold of it, fishtailing back, and across the bow of the number 5 of Gary Whitmer, and the number 6 of Chris Hogue going end over end. We're going to get one more shot of that from the in-car camera, just because it's like really cool when the cars do barrel roll. And we don't see that view very often, but I want to take a look at that barrel roll. Close your eyes, Becky. Going for a ride. I tell you what, I don't care who you are. Right there, that's some good camera footage right there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more quick commercial. Big shout out there to Jason Russo and the guys over there at Pro Automotive. I'm not sure if Jason is still in the field. Jason Russo in pit road getting fixed. Big shout out there to Jason Russo taking right side tires. Taking those left side tires. Good decision there for Jason Russo. Jason Russo on his way out of pit road. Rushing to get caught up with this field. All right, ladies and gentlemen, lap 87 of 100, 13 to go, 8 lead changes, 9 cautions, totaling 41 laps. Jason Russo catching that field, getting ready to go back to green flag racing in car with Justin Anderson. Justin Anderson leading 53 laps tonight. Travis Browder sitting in second position. No laps led. Steve Dukes, no laps led. Mitchell Reeves leading 12 laps. And Matthew Quick leading 14. And that is the top 5 tonight. These top 5 drivers been working their best out here to get her done tonight. All these drivers have been working hard, but unfortunately, it is Richmond. Gary Whitmer still on track. First driver 1 lap down, but he is still on track. What a trooper there. Will be one more time around before we go back to green flag racing. Jason Russo back out on track. Driving the number 14 Napa Auto Care. Big shout out there to my good friend Jason Russo, tomorrow night sponsor. Tomorrow night we are going to be running Kansas, running the trucks. So that's going to be an interesting race. Hopefully Kansas will be a little bit kinder to the gentleman than Richmond has tonight. Drivers cycling through those gears. Travis Browder looking like he's already getting ready to pounce. Number 13, Steve Boots, waiting. Watching that number 13 just shoot forward, back and forth, back and forth. Justin Anderson getting ready to roll. And away goes Justin Anderson. Matthew Quick not quite expecting that jump. Steve Hughes actually almost got in front of him. Down drops Mitchell Reeves. Travis Browder up into that high lane. Matthew Quick contact. Matthew Quick contacting, but we're still nope. All right, looking at it right there. Going to drop down onto that camera angle, take a different look at it. That was involving the number 15 of Sean Molchek and Matthew Quick. Coming around that corner, Matthew Quick dropping down, taking a little bit of a spin and a little bit of a contact there with, I do believe, Donald Stewart. Giving a little bit of a bump there, possibly, to the number 15. A little bit hard to see, though. I'm going to back it up one more time. Matthew Quick definitely down, getting a little bit wiggly. And around goes. He did a great job trying to save it, though. Nonetheless, that will bring out our 10th caution of the night. Justin Anderson out here in front. Travis Browder, Mitchell Reeves, David Casia. But it is not over. We will be having one more restart, I do believe. I talked to one of our drivers and find out about it. Jason Russo, you got a copy?
I got you, Scott.
Alrighty, looks like you're possibly going to pull out a top 10 tonight. Good job. Now, we're still not done racing out here tonight, are we?
No, not at all. I think we're going to have maybe a 2-lap shootout.
Alright, Richmond out here tonight being a little bit of rough. Seeing a lot of drivers with a lot of self-spinning, but you seem to be in control. So what are you doing right that other drivers could learn from? I
don't know if there's much they're going to learn from me, but yeah, we're just trying to take it easy on the throttle, easy on the entry, and clean off and fast down the straights.
All right, now tomorrow we're going to be running Kansas in the trucks. Big shout out there to Pro Automotive for putting that on. Do you think Kansas will be a little bit better?
Oh, definitely. Fast mile and a half in the trucks, pretty stable setup, so should be a good race.
All righty, I'm going to tell them all about Pro Automotive as soon as I get you back on track, but a big shout out there to Pro Automotive.
Thank you, Scott.
Pro Automotive out of Dudley, Massachusetts, taking care of your auto needs, ASE certified mechanics. Big shout out there to Pro Automotive. Big shout out there to my good friend Richard Brose, Monday night sponsor. And hey, while we're at it, we're not going to forget about our Friday night sponsor, Blaze Pizza. Big shout out there to Blaze Pizza. All right, this is about over. Justin Anderson in a very good position up here. He's going to have his hands full with Travis Browder and Mitchell Reeves. David Casia making his way up to the front. Lee Staples looking at a possible top 5. Action-packed night out here tonight in this KMA Monday Night Mania racing event. Richmond taking its toll. With a 2 to go, maybe a 1 to go. Drivers will be getting that flag this time by already some checking up going on there with the number 20 and the number 13. 20 acquiring a little bit of rear end damage right there by the number 13 of Steve Dukes. David up there and away we go. David Casey not going, missing the get up and go sign. That's going to cost David Acacia a possible top 5. Gray-white action, Matthew Quick. And away and around goes a driver, but we're still green. Travis Browder looking loosey-goosey. Steve Dukes. Chaos on the end. Wow, wow, wow. You know what, just for the fun of it, folks, we're going to back that one up, get that one up there into that blimp mode, because that was, well, that was insane. And Travis Browder getting good. We see the number 13 of Steve Dukes. Going to back it up just a little bit more, though. We had one driver up there in the front getting loose, and I think that might have been what set it forward. Well, Matthew Quick right there challenging Travis into his side, sitting Travis up track, down track, back up track, into the number 13, into the number 61. Jason Russo threading that needle. Well, what a finish. Wow, that will put Mitchell Reeves out here on that front line, ladies and gentlemen. That will put Mitchell Reeves out here in the winner's circle. Joining us out in position 3, though, I do believe Matthew Quick. I do believe you got 3rd place, buddy.
I'm surprised by that, too. This isn't a super speedway or a speedway. It's a short track. It's pretty amazing.
All right, now that was just a wildly wicked final lap right there. Saw a little bit of contact there with several drivers. Testosterone was floating.
Well, I think it all started out, I believe Justin overdrove turn 1 there. He said he set his brakes so he could dive bomb it. Well, it didn't work out, and it unfortunately it kind of stacked at the outside, and I was at the point where it's the last lap and no brakes. You just kind of keep going and rolling with it.
Alrighty, you're entertaining us with your little donuts there. You're looking great with the squatty potty. Lee Staples, have you got a copy?
Got you, Scott.
Alrighty, 2nd place. Good one there for Black Talon. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, once again, got a little bit fortunate at the end there. I got a good jump on that last restart, and I guess it was 2nd place wrecked in front of me. And I don't know if I would have had anything for Mitchell, but I would have loved one more lap to find out.
All righty, you did a great job out there, and you're looking like your car's pretty clean up there. The third place driver, he was pretty beat up, but you're looking real sharp out there.
Yeah, one of my few races where I didn't make a mistake, Scott, and that's half the battle right there. If you don't beat yourself, then you have a shot at beating other guys. So whenever I can just have a clean race, I'm happy whether I win or run 5th or 15th or whatever.
All righty, great job out here, but the man of the hour, surprise, surprise, Mitchell Reeves, talk to me.
Man, what a race. I really didn't think I was going to win it. I mean, I was going to be pretty content with second. Justin was really the class of the field the whole night, and he just went in there, and I don't know if it overdrove or it just didn't slow down that time, but I was my mouth was to the floor when I saw him spin, and I said, wow, this may be ours to get, and fortunately it was. We really struggled a lot in 3 and 4. Had a lot of issues getting loose and chasing it up the track, but the car came home pretty clean. Awesome to be back in winner's circle here. We've been kind of absent from that lately. Just the brakes haven't fallen our way, and happy for a break to finally go my way for once, and maybe this will give us a lot of momentum going into June.
All righty, you have definitely earned it out here. Big shout out there to Mitchell Reeves. Now you do some real life stuff. Where can I check you out?
Check me out at Mitchell Reeves on Facebook. We always do a lot of live feed drag racing out there. Love trying to do that, and man, it's a lot of fun to do it. There's nothing else I'd like to be doing, and when we're not on the real racetrack, we're here at KMA Racing having a blast. But just got to give a couple of shout outs to the sponsors that make this happen. First and foremost, KMA Racing with Scott, doing a lot of awesome things coming up in June. Hopefully, a lot of these fans, if you don't have iRacing, you'll come join us and join in the fun we have. Southeast Motorsports, Michael Jeans, Nick Reynolds, Jeff T. Martin, Andrew Williams, Art Jackson was just another add-on, Jack Watts. List goes on there. Can't thank them enough. Overtop Paints and Designs for all the paints that those guys do. Rich Beast Pizza, Pro Automotive, and last but not least is my girlfriend Liz for letting me race tonight as she watches Netflix. So, maybe she's my good luck charm. Maybe we'll have to do this more while she's over.
All right, copy that. Big shout out there to Liz. All right, we'll catch you tomorrow at Kansas.
Southeast out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to wrap it up for the night as we do look at those ending results. Mitchell Reeves, Lee Staples, and Matthew Quick, David Acacia, Donald Stewart, rounding out our top 5. Gary Whitman Jr. with the top 10. Hey, big shout out there to Gary. Justin Anderson leading the most laps, finished in 11th. He was that driver that we saw float to the wall that we could not get a beat on. Travis Browder in 13th, Ronald Klein 14th. Richard Brose 3 laps down, but I tell you what, he did a great job out here tonight. Big shout out there to Richard Brose. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to wrap it up. I am Scott. This is KMA TV, and we will catch you tomorrow night at Kansas.